Hey my nikicharmz, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today's video is a tutorial of how to create this beautiful balloon column. I show you how to create a standard one as well as an organic one step by step. So watch till the end. Okay, let's get started. So the main thing to create in a balloon column is creating quads, which are 4 balloons intertwined together. So for this spiral balloon, I'm using 3 different colors, 2 of the same and the other 2 are different. For this balloon column, I'm using gold and sage purchased from Amazon and also marble inside of blush from Tough Text. I will link all the details in the description box below. For the standard column, I'm using all 11-inch balloons, but we're blowing them up to 8 inches. For this column, my main color is gold, so I will have 2 colors of gold and 1 of each other color to create my quads. For this custom color, I am using a chopstick and stuffing the marble balloon inside of the blush balloon. And all balloons need to be blown up to the same size. As to why I'm using a balloon sizer, but mine's broke, so I'm just using a part of it and using it to measure my balloon. I will link it down in the description box below. Once I measured one of them with the sizer, I just eyeballed the rest of them to look the same. My balloons were blown up to 8 inches. You want to blow up balloons 6 to 8 inches. It makes it easier to form the column on the knot lamps. I've blown up the balloons and I'm releasing air and trying to make sure they're the same size, which is about 8 inches. And of course, another option if you do not have a balloon sizer is placing 2 chairs inches apart and just blowing up your balloons and releasing air until the balloons pass through the chairs, as you see I'm doing. Once they look about the same size, you just want to make sure it looks like it's the perfect circle, then you can tie it off and it's good to go. And this is the basics. You just blow up the balloons and release air to create the perfect circle. Then you want to size them and make sure these balloons look the same size. And then you're able to tie them off using the crisscross method. You wrap them around once or twice and then you just tie it off and you're good to go. And we repeat the same process for these balloons as well. And of course a hiccup. Like I was saying, we repeat the same process as we did with the gold balloons. But when tying off the balloons, you want to use the inside balloon to tie off for the custom color, which is the marble balloon inside, not the blush. It'll make it easier on your fingers. See, it's an easy 1, 2, 3. As you practice more, it'll become easier. Now that both our dupes are formed, which are 2 balloons, we intertwine them and they become quads. And we have 2 sets of quads. And I'm just repeating the process of how to create quads. First, I'm starting with the custom color with marble inside of blush. Then moving on to my gold balloons, which are the primary colors. I'm just releasing air and making sure they match up to the same size. That's the key factor to creating this balloon column. They all must be the same size. That creates a strong foundation for the column. And once again, the perfect size for the balloons should be about 6 to 8 inches. It creates a perfect foundation to build the column. And here we have another quad. For this column, you're going to need about 12 quads altogether. So altogether, you'll need 48 balloons, 24 of the gold, 12 of the green, and 12 of the custom color, which are all blown to 8 inches. Now we're moving on to building the foundation of the column. I'm using my knot lamp, which could be purchased at Walmart, Target, or IKEA. But you can also use fishing line or 260 balloons if you do not have a stand. If you would like to see a tutorial, make sure to comment down below. So I'm just intertwining the pair of gold and green custom color balloons to create quads. Now to start the foundation of this column, you want to lay all balloons flat, like how you see me doing, and making sure you're matching up the 2 golds together. Then you slide it onto the pole and you just crisscross to lock it in. And this is just the first layer, which is easy. The next step, it gets a little more complicated, but just pay attention. So you're gonna repeat the same step of laying it flat with the golds together, but placed at a different angle. So the green will be on top of the gold and the gold on top of the green. Once you crisscross it, it'll be in the right position. Just make sure it's in between, and then you push down. You see it's starting to look like a spiral. You want to continue this process, just making sure that the green is on top of the gold and the gold on top of the green, and then you crisscross, and then you push down. And you should see the spiral. Just make sure you're paying attention to the spiral, because you can get confused and the balloon will be out of place, but it can be fixed, so don't worry. As long as you catch it sooner than later, so you do not have to start over. So the key factor to making the balloon spiral is to have the two golds together and lining them up once you slide it between the pole, with the green on top of the gold and the gold on top of the green. Also slightly turn the balloons once you crisscross it, so that it's in between and not just placed stacked on top of each other. So that's your sense of direction. Just keep making sure to check it each time you place a quad on top of each other. And of course, the perks of using lower quality balloons. But this is for the sake of this tutorial. I would not use this on my balloon installations. And that's basically it. Just make sure that each time that you're placing a quad, that you push down firmly so that you do not have any holes or spaces in between your column. So it's fairly easy. It's just about paying attention to where you're placing the balloons, which I emphasized. And if you're having issues with the quads laying flat so you can actually line up your balloons, just place it on a flat surface like the floor or something, somewhere that will not pop your balloons. See, it's very easy to mess up with the pattern of the spiral. As you can see that the 10 marble one is out of order, but I later caught it, so thank God. And now we're back on track. But if you do not catch that sooner than later, then you'll probably have to rearrange more balloons. Make sure to keep pressing down so you do not have any spaces. Just do not pop your balloons. And we're almost to the top. And once you get to this point, you may feel like this is the last quad, but once you keep pushing down on the balloons, you'll be able to add one more quad. See, it looks like no more balloons could fit, but there's one more quad that could be added. Just keep playing around and pushing down on the balloons, and you'll be able to add an extra quad in. And just press down in the middle by the pole. I'm not sure where the clip went, but I did add an extra quad into this. Here's the end result. And to finish it off, I'm using a topper. You can leave it as is, or you can add a topper. I'm using a 18-inch bubble balloon instead of a green 18-inch balloon. Of course, because I love the extraness. But you could blow up a regular size 18-inch balloon. And for this topper balloon, you want to use a 260 balloon and tie it off. Just wrapping it around a couple of times and tying it in a knot. Make sure to double tie so no air comes out. Make sure to keep the ends loose so it's easy to tie into the column. Being the shorty I am, I need a step stool. So to connect your topper balloon, you just want to place it on top of the column and use the 260 ends that I told you to keep loose and just lasso it into the balloon column, just wrapping them around the 8-inch balloons. And you want to do this with both ends of the 260 balloons. It will keep your topper balloon in place. See, it's not going anywhere. And of course, clumsy me. And we just finished our standard balloon column. Look how beautiful it is with the custom marble balloons and the gold tones. I just love it. I hope you were able to create with me and it was easy. And if so, don't forget to tag me on my social media platforms. But we're not done. If you want to make this from a standard to an organic column, stay tuned. So basically all we do is add filler balloons to make it into an organic balloon column, which are 5-inch balloons. I'm using the gold and sage balloons, and you'll need some 260s to tie it into the column. And of course for my filler balloons, I like to use a manual pump. You can use the electronic one if you like, but the manual one is easier for me. So I add about 2 to 3 pumps using my manual pump into the balloons, and I release some air and just tie it the same way I did with the 11-inch balloons. And with these balloons, it doesn't have to be the same size. That's why it's organic. So it's the same process as creating the quads. You just intertwine the two, and I'm just mixing the greens with the golds. And we want to take our 260, stretch it out, and cut it in half, because you only need half for the filler balloons. Once the 260 is cut in half, you want to wrap the quad around one side of the 260 and tie it, and then you want to wrap the other side of the 260 around the quads to create the filler so you can wrap it into the column. So I created about 6 pairs of the filler balloons, but it's your preference if you want more or less. It's your design. Now it's time to twist the filler balloons into the column. So we just separate the 2 pairs and stretch out the 260, and you just pick one of the 8-inch balloons and you just wrap it around. Here's a closer view of me wrapping it into the column. So you just take it and you just wrap it around one of the 8-inch balloons, and you just place it in the spot you see fit. More so you want to place it where you see a space. You see there's a little space right there. So I want to cover it. And you want to continue this until you get the design you're looking for. And that's how you transform a standard balloon column into an organic balloon column, which is beautiful, but to me, I prefer the standard column more. Less is more sometimes, but I still love it. Enjoyed the video, and it was very informative. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Once again, it helps with the algorithm. Turn on your notification bell as I post weekly. You don't want to miss out on my new content of tutorials, DIY projects, and vlogs. Until next time, be blessed, guys.